Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me in this live section. So guys, today we're looking at many things. Today we're talking about Nnamdi Kanu and his illegal trial. So now you all know that Kenya High Court has already spoken. So why is Justice James Omotosho, why is he delaying? Justice James Omotosho has no reason to delay because the Kenya High Court has already spoken that the adoption and rejection of Nnamdi Kanu was illegal. And then, so why is he waiting till July 18th? What exactly is Justice Omotosho waiting for? What's he waiting for? What was it? They said he's bringing, he's trying to gather cases, gather. What are they waiting for? He should release Nnamdi Kanu today, because it's clear right now that that man is innocent. It is clear that Nnamdi Kanu is innocent of all the allegation of Nigerian government against him. The whole world is watching. It's not just a legal issue. It is a moral obligation and a test of judicial independence. Obey the Kenya court ruling now. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Justice delay is justice denied. This is what Justice Omotosho needs to do. Why is he delaying? He should obey Kenya court and release him. He's innocent of all the allegations. So Justice James Omotosho must act and act now. He must act and act now. The Kenya High Court ruled that Nnamdi Kanu's adoption was unlawful. It violated both international law and Kenya's law. So why the silence? Why are they keeping silence? Why are they waiting for 18th June? What is it checking? What's the delay? Why is the delay? Why are they delaying? Why delay till July 18th? What is it checking? Justice is not a calendar event. It is a command. The right thing must be done now. Nnamdi Kanu should be released immediately. Anything should, he should be released immediately. Anything short of this is a complicity of injustice. They should know that. Now we're going to be looking deep into Nnamdi Kanu's case today. Stay with me in this live section. So now, today we're going to be asking a very big question on every concerned citizen. This question is what everybody is saying. You are going to ask a big question on every concerned citizen's mind. Why is Justice Omotosho delaying the release of Nnamdi Kanu even after a Kenya High Court declared his arrest and transfer illegal? Why? Let's break down everything so that you guys can understand. Now, in June 2021, Nnamdi Kanu, you already know this story, but it's good we share this story so that you guys can understand, that there's no need to be holding that man, or there's no need for waiting till 18th of July. Now, in June 2021, Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, was adopted in Nairobi, Kenya, and secretly flown to Nigeria in what is now widely regarded as an extraordinary rendition, a fancy, a legal term of state-sponsored kidnapping. No proper extradition, no due process, no court approval, just false fraud and a private jet. Then they brought him back to Nigeria and charged him again for the same offense that he that had already been struck out by a competent Nigerian appellate court. That's the appeal court. The appeal court struck it out on October. So even after he has been acquitted, they don't want to release him. What did the Nigerian government do? They went and filed for execution, and then they still kept him there. Now, the Kenya courts now said, they boldly declared that Kenya did not, they said Kenya didn't let it slide. After everything that happened, Kenya did not let it slide. After legal pressure and years of silence, a Kenyan High Court ruled in June 2025 that the arrest and transfer of Nnamdi Kanu were unlawful, violated international treaties, and breached his human rights. What they did violated international treaties which Nigerian government and Kenyan government signed. This same treaty, they violated it by kidnapping, collaborating to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. The court ordered that Kanu be returned to Kenya and also granted his worth 120 million naira Kenya shilling. That's over the illegal arrest and torture. For the illegal arrest and torture. Now, what the Kenya government say? The court said that they should return Kanu to Kenya just the same way they went to adopt him. That's the same way they should return him to Kenya. Release him and return him to Kenya. This is what, Kenya government, or this is what the Kenya court order, this is what they said. And then also give him 120 million naira Kenya shillings. That's over 120 million naira naira in Nigerian money. The message is simple. Kanu was kidnapped and extradited, and that kidnap must be undone. That kidnap must be undone. What is Justice Omotosho waiting for? Now, here is the burning question. If a foreign, independent, and sovereign court has ruled that Nnamdi Kanu was illegally brought to Nigeria, then why is Justice James Omotosho not acting swiftly? Why set a court date for June 18th? Why not discharge him immediately and put an end to this international embarrassment? The answer is painful. Either delay, tactics, political influence, or judicial hesitation. But none of those are acceptable. Justice delay is justice denied. Let's be honest. Justice has already been delayed for too long. Nnamdi Kanu has been detained for over 3 years now, despite multiple court orders both in Nigeria and abroad, declaring his detention unlawful. The Nigerian Appeal Court in 2022 said his trial should not continue. The United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention also declared his arrest illegal. Now, the Kenyan High Court has confirmed that his detention violated international law. So why are they still keeping him there? Why are they suffering that man there? What is his crime? Sunday Igboho agitated just like him. Other people agitated just like him. Why is his own case so different? If Justice Omotosho fails to act now, it will just be about Kanu. It won't just be about Kanu anymore. There is something to it. Because, if Justice Omotosho fails to act now, it won't just be about Kanu anymore. It will reflect badly on Nigeria's entire justice system, how lawless they are. They can't even obey court orders. Kenya High Court has said it. United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention has also declared it. And now, even Nigerian Appeal Court also, in 2022 said that his trial is invalid. And then they're still keeping him there. So if Justice Omotosho fails to act now, it won't just be about Kanu anymore. It will reflect badly on Nigeria's entire justice system. It will say to the world that Nigeria's judges cannot uphold international law. That's our courts. That our courts can be, ignored in the face of executive pressure, that the judiciary has no spin. Is that the kind of image Nigeria wants to portray in 2025? Is that the kind of image they want to portray? This is not about politics anymore. It's about law, morality, and basic justice. Justice Omotosho do not need to wait till July 18th. He does not need more evidence. He does not need clearance from any politician. What he needs is courage, the courage to obey the law. That is just it. He shouldn't bow to pressure to still keep him there when Kenya court has already ruled, when the word has spoken. When everyone is saying that they should release him, he should not bow to pressure and still, to people that don't want him to be released and, keep him there. He should, what he needs is courage, the courage to obey the law. Kenya court has ruled, the word has spoken. Nigerians are watching, and history will remember who stood for justice and who didn't. So, it is clear. Justice Omotosho, release Nnamdi Kanu now. Do not wait till July 18th. Obey Kenya court. Restore faith in the rule of law. And most importantly, end this injustice once and for all. That is what they are saying. Justice Omotosho is not just a Nigerian judge. As a sitting High Court judge, he is bound by international treaties that Nigeria is a signatory to, such as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the African Chapter of Human and People's Rights, the International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights. The Kenya court ruling exposes that Kanu's redemption violates all of these. The Kenya court ruling exposes that Kanu's jurisdiction violates all of this. Nigeria cannot pretend to be a law-abiding nation while ignoring them. What happened in June 2021 wasn't extradition, it was redemption. Here is the difference. Extradition is a legal based on treaties requirements, requires court process. Now, let me explain that again. Extradition is legal, based on treaties, requires court process. Redemption is illegal, forceful, secret, no court process. That's the difference. So you can see that in June 2021, the way they adopted Nnamdi Kanu is an extraordinary extradition. It was not a reduction. Sorry, I mean to say it is an extraordinary reduction, not an extradition. Sorry, because you know that extradition is legal, based on treaties and requires court process, while reduction is illegal, forceful, secret, and there's no court process. So what did they did what they did to Kanu is the same method used by dictatorship and ruled regimes, not democracies. Justice James Omotosho is not in the fact-finding mission. The facts are already public. Kenya court's ruling, it should not, I don't know what kind of facts he's, you're not supposed to be finding any fact again because it's now public. Kenya court's ruling has already said, Nigerian Appeal Court in 2022, UN opinion in 2022, human rights reports. He's not investigating. He's deliberately delaying, and that makes his complicit. That makes him complicit if Kanu continues to be detained unlawfully. Why June 18th? Because delay has become a weapon of oppression. It gives time to manipulate the public, time to weaken IPOB resistance, time to discredit legal victories. Delay is part of the strategy to keep Kanu in detention without openly defying the law. Let's not forget, in October 2022, the Nigerian Appeal Court struck out the terrorism charges brought against Kanu, citing his illegal reduction. So technically, he's still in detention without a valid charge. That is unconstitutional detention. Kanu's lawyer and family have reported untreated health condition, weight loss, sleep deprivation, lack of medical care. Every day he spends in DSS custody puts his life at risk. Justice Omotosho would be held responsible if anything happens to him. In any civil society, when all else fails, politics, police, executive power, the people turn to the judiciary. If Justice James Omotosho fails to stand for justice at this critical moment, it sends the message that Nigerian court has collapsed. It sends the message that Nigerian court has collapsed. This is no longer a local case. The UN, EU, UK Parliament, Amnesty Nigeria, and international pressure are monitoring Nigerians' handling of this case, how it treats court order, whether judges act independently. Justice Omotosho's inaction will stain Nigeria's image globally. El Zakzaki was detained for years. Let's not forget that, after court ordered his release. Dasuki too. Now, Nnamdi Kanu, we must ask, what is the use of courts if the executive decides which orders to obey? Whether you agree with Kanu or not is irrelevant. The issue is, can the court protect a citizen who has been unlawfully arrested? Can the judiciary stop the executive from abusing power? This case will define whether Nigeria is a country of law or a country of lawlessness. Now, let's talk about this point. Since Kenya High Court ruled Kanu's reduction illegal, the Nigerian government has not challenged or appealed that judgment. That silence is an admission of guilty. Let's know that. Yet, Omotosho still delays action. Keeping Kanu detained after an international court declared his reduction illegal amounts to contempt. It undermines Nigeria's image in international legal firms like the ICC and African Commission. If Omotosho continues to delay, he becomes complicit in violating Kanu's rights: right to fair trial, right to liberty, protection from torture and illegal detention. If he keeps delaying, that means he's now, he now becomes complicit in violating Kanu's rights. Right to fair trial, right to liberty, and protecting from torture and illegal detention. These are protected under Chapter IV of Nigeria's 1999 Constitution and international law. Nnamdi Kanu wasn't hiding. He was a legally documented foreign resident in Kenya with British citizenship. His arrest was not just illegal, it was a violation of his diplomatic protection. Delay breeds distrust in judiciary. If people see this, if people see that even foreign courts respect the law more than Nigerian courts, public trust collapses now. And when trust in the courts disappears, the people lose hope in justice. Every day, Kanu stays in detention. Anger grows in the southeast. Sit-at-home orders return. Youth radicalization deepens. IPOB, hardliners gain momentum. The sooner he is released, the better for regional peace. Even the Northerners are saying it. The Northerners are saying that they should release Nnamdi Kanu. See what Boko Haram is doing. Take a look at this video. This man clearly said, release Nnamdi Kanu. This is the North that never wanted to hear anything concerning him. They have realized that this man is actually, is a good man. Take a look.
Release Nnamdi Kanu. Nigerian government, release Nnamdi Kanu. I hope you people are enjoying the mass destructions that the Boko Haram are causing in the North. Because it is this careless attitude of you people that will make ordinary citizens to sign a mass destruction of a society. Because how long will you detain this man for no reason? Prove to the world what this man have done wrong. If you people are not enjoying the mass destructions of the North by the Boko Harams, release Nnamdi Kanu now. Because what you people will see in the nearest future, it will be a shocking news to the whole world. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Release Nnamdi Kanu or prove to the world what he have done wrong. You people will witness a heavy load. From one court adjournment to another court adjournment to another court adjournment. Release this man or prove to the world what he does wrong. That is what we are saying. Ordinary citizens will sign a mass destruction of everybody. If you people, if care is not taken, this is just a warning.
So, guys, you can see that man is a northern man. Initially, the northerners don't even want to use their ear to hear anything concerning Nnamdi Kanu. But right now, everybody is now saying release him. Even an APC member, everybody was shocked to hear that an APC member came out to say, advising Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu. Now, one thing that the president don't know is, or the Nigerian government don't know is, keeping that man there is worsening things. Keeping him, he said that man is the only man that can restore peace. Look at what is happening in Nigeria. Look at what is happening. It's not even about coalition. Right now we are hearing of coalition this, coalition that. Nigeria has even these people that are entering the coalition members, APC members and PDP members, these corrupt political parties, they're also among the coalition. I don't know if you guys understand. So as far as we have incompetent leaders there's no how Nigeria will be better. The only thing they need to do is to release Nnamdi. This coalition doesn't even make sense. Imagine an innocent man is in court and they're talking about coalition. They're talking about coalition, talking about the election. Like, I don't understand. Why would you? But you guys will, repent. You guys will rehab bandits. But this innocent man is there. You call him a terrorist. You can't even prove he's a terrorist. He's there. He has complained of severe health condition, and then you guys are not doing anything about it. But you guys are talking about election of 2027, coalition this, coalition that. This thing is not going to help Nigeria. If you like, let APC, Labour Party, it will not help. This man is a leader that saw tomorrow. There are some things we need. There are some things Nigeria need to do to have peace. There are some things they need to do. They don't know that what happened in how many years ago during the genocide. They don't know that it is part of what is actually making Nigeria, violent, making things, Even when there is money, you can see that the president, it gives us incompetent leader because of what they did during the genocide, how they killed Igbos. It's affecting Nigeria today. Oh, look at it's truly affecting Nigeria today. So now they are supposed to like come down to the east and beg for forgiveness, release Nnamdi Kanu, compensate and apologize to him, not keeping him there and talking about coalition this, coalition that, coalition this, coalition. It will not help Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu was not hiding in any way in Kenya. He was a legal resident. He was a British citizen. He was not hiding. They came illegally and kidnapped him. I don't know what Justice Omotosho is doing. Why is he delaying to 18th of July? Why is he delaying? And if 18th of July reach and he doesn't release Nnamdi Kanu, just know that he's part. In fact, he has violated Kanu's rights, his fair trial, because Kenya has said it, UN have said it, EU have said it, Amnesty Nigeria have said, release this man. Release this man. He has done nothing. Release this man. Release him. He has done nothing. So now delays increases tension and unrest in the east. Every day Kanu stays in detention. Anger grows in southeast. Sit at home orders. Returns. Youth radicalization deepens. Youth radicalization deepens. So that is to tell you that anytime, every day he stays there, all these things happen and it's not good. The sooner he is released, the better for regional peace. The DSS has ignored multiple court rulings. DSS has ignored multiple court rulings. One, including El Zakzaki. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name well, but I know his name is El Zakzaki. He ignored multiple court rulings. Showere, DSS, I'm talking about DSS, so Showere, in Showere's case too. And even in Kano now, why should the judiciary now give them more leverage through unnecessary delays? Justice Omotosho is now in the spotlight. Let him know that this case is, this case is his defining moment. Either he will be remembered as the judge who stood for the law, or the one who bent under pressure and delayed justice. Justice Omotosho is now in the spotlight. This case is his defining moment. Either he will be remembered as the judge who stood for the law, or the one who bent under pressure and delayed justice. Prominent lawyers, including SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, have all stated that there is no standing charges against Kanu. They said his trial has no legal basis, and that any continued detention is unlawful. So what else is Justice Omotosho reviewing? Why is he waiting for 18th of June? Countries like Kenya, the UK, and EU members are monitoring this case. Failure to comply with international rulings can lead to visa restriction, economic sanction, aid suspension. They might restrict Nigerians from going to the UK because they don't obey international rulings. Countries like Kenya, the UK, they are monitoring this case. So Nigeria should not fall. Release this man, because this man has done nothing. If they don't comply with international rulings, it may lead to visa restriction, economic sanction, aid suspension. Kanu's abduction was not just about a crime. It was not just a crime against him. It was a violation of Kenya's territorial sovereignty. But an act of international aggression. Kanu's abduction was not just a crime against him. It was a violation of Kenya's territorial sovereignty. That's an act of international aggression, yet Nigeria has not apologized. Kanu was awarded 120 million naira. That's about, 1 billion naira. They said he was awarded 120 million Kenya shillings. I think that's about 120 billion naira. People are saying that he was awarded 120 million. People are saying that he was awarded 1 billion. A lot of rumors online. But I know that he was compensated, but I'm not sure about the money because we're seeing different amounts. We're seeing 1 million, we're seeing 120 million, we're seeing 1 billion. Now, illegally arrest, they awarded him for illegally arrest, psychological trauma, torture in detention. No court gives such compensation unless overwhelming evidence of abuse exists. Without an official extradition treaty in place, there was no legal pathway to bring Kanu from Nairobi to Abuja. That makes the reduction a criminal operation, not just a judicial process. International law states that even the worst criminals must be tried fairly. International law states that even the worst criminals must be tried fairly. So, how does the Nigerian government justify kidnapping a man without trial and holding him indefinitely or indefinitely? How? How does Nigerian government justify kidnapping a man without trial and holding him indefinitely? In 2022, the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention ruled that Kanu's arrest was illegal. Nigeria must release him immediately. Justice Omotosho should align with that global consensus, not defy it. If a Nigerian court can ignore a Kenya's judgment today, what if another country ignores a Nigerian court tomorrow? Law must be reciprocal and respect must go both ways. Delay suggests that political interests are interfering. Both Omotosho must remember he swore an oath to the constitution, not to politicians. Between the Kanu case, press harassment and protest crackdown, Nigeria is now on the radar of global rights organization. Failure to release Kanu will worsen its global human rights cause. Recent allegation of corruption and bias has tarnished Nigerians in judiciary. This case is a chance for the court to redeem its image and stand for the truth. July 18 is not a deadline, it is a distraction. Justice delayed is justice denied. James Omotosho still have the chance to act honorably by obeying the law today. That is justice. He must act honorably to obey the law today. The DSS is a security agent, not a prisoner, not a prison, or the DSS is a security agency, not a prison or a remand facility. Holding someone for years in DSS custody is unconstitutional and illegal. It bypasses the Contrary to public belief, a judge does not need presidential or ministerial approval to release a detainee if detention is unlawful. The constitution gives that power to the judiciary alone. As a British citizen, Kanu is entitled to consular protection. If Nigeria continues to ignore court rulings, the UK may be forced to escalate the matter diplomatically. As a British citizen, Kanu is entitled to consular protection. If Nigeria continues to ignore court ruling, UK may be forced to escalate the matter diplomatically or in international courts. The Court of Appeal ruling of October 2022 already dismissed Kanu's case and declared that he should be released. The Court of Appeal ruling of October 2022 already dismissed Kanu's case and declared his detention invalid due to illegal rejection. Omotosho is sitting on a legal set precedent. It does not need to invert the law. Keeping Kanu in DSS custody without access to his doctors violates his rights to health care, which is a fundamental right under Nigerian and international law. Over 3 years without trial or conviction makes Kanu's case one of those longest running political detention since the end of the military rule. It sets a dangerous political precedent. The Nigerian government has never provided credible evidence that Kanu personally committed or ordered violence. So why is he treated more harshly than convicted criminals? Why? Section 36(9) of Nigeria's 1999 constitution forbids double jeopardy, yet Kanu is being retried for charges that has already dismissed. That's illegal. If the government respected the courts, Kanu would be free by now. The only reason he's still detained is because his trial is politically motivated, not based on law. Every new delay brings back fear, shuts down tension in the southeast, release Kanu, restore peace. That includes a ban on reduction, unlawful detention, and torture, all of which happened in Kanu's case. Nigeria is now breaking treaties it's voluntarily signed. If domestic court and judgment fails to act, IPOB lawyers and international observers can file a case at the International Criminal Court in The Hague. This may lead to prosecution of officials involved in Kanu's illegal rejection. A single ruling by Omotosho to release Kanu would obey international law, reduce tension in the southeast, restore confidence in the judiciary. So why wait? Nigeria now sees this case as a proof of whether the judiciary is independent or under political control. The reputation of the entire legal system is on the line. Every day in DSS custody makes Kanu more than a man. He becomes a symbol of injustice, struggle, and others, pain, agony. That makes peaceful revolution harder in the long run. Now, what public good is being served by holding Kanu till July 18th? There is no benefit to Nigeria. Only shame, risk, and instability. Let's know that. Lawyers, scholars, and courts across Africa are monitoring what Omotosho is doing. He will be judged by his courage or cowardice. If other judges fail to speak up for due process in Kanu's case, it shows that fear or politics has completely infiltrated the judiciary, a dangerous development for any democracy. Nigerian government claims to be practicing democracy, but it's not showing. Even if Omotosho believes justice will come later, delayed justice is perceived injustice. The law must not only work, it must be seen to work. That's just it. So you can see what they are doing in Nnamdi Kanu's case. Take a look at this video. That keeping Nnamdi Kanu there is just breeding violence. That's just it. Keeping him there is just breeding violence. Take a look at what this lawyer said.
If we don't get angry with this thing, it will not get away. There is a proverb in my place that if you have rashes on your buttocks and you are covering it, the thing will continue to fester. But when you expose it, shame will allow you to stay there, it will go away. Why is it that each time Tinubu want to address this, he will not mention names? You may not till now, Tinubu does not know who is causing this problem in Nigeria. Up till now, they don't know. Up till now, they don't know. They don't call them out. I expected Tinubu to call all the Fulani leaders, to call their people to order. That is the way to go. Buhari is there. He knows all these things. He kept quiet. If Nigerians were to be killing Fulani the way they are killing other people, would Buhari talk? Esther, would Buhari talk? They kept quiet because they are the one killing other people. You heard all the statements they have made concerning Benue especially, telling Benue people they must do this before peace can reign. Imagine terrorists giving condition in Nigeria where Tinubu is the president.
He said so because we killed 200 people in Benue State, and so what? Is that why you people are crying and complaining? You are going to crying and complaining. You are going to social media to complain. What you saw is just small. You people have been writing that you will chase Fulani out of Benue State.
Yeah, that one is rubbish.
But now you are the ones crying. How many of our cows were killed? How many of our people were killed in the bushes and in their Ruga settlements that you are crying over the killing of mere 200 people? So what? You have not seen anything yet.
Almighty.
I can kill 150 for one of my cows killed. For me, it's an eye for an eye. If you offend me, I don't wait. I take my vengeance immediately. I have stopped thinking twice. I don't forgive or forget. You do me, I revenge as a Fulani of the forest. Killing a human being who offends me or kills my cow is nothing to me. There is no killing that is difficult for me to carry out to avenge my cow or any wrong done to me. We have not even started, and you people are crying already. You will soon see what we are going to do.
He even added something.
Yes,
he said the Fulanis are not government. He said Fulanis are not government. Maybe if government doesn't want to take action, they themselves, they don't waste time. Esther, thank God you are reading this thing now. Nigerians, you can see what we are talking about. You can see. I told him the true story. That is farmer header class. What kind of farmer header class?
They are still running with that narrative.
Can you just imagine? All because the president said it himself. That is farmer header class.
President, did you know that 11 states, because of the resurgence and in killing spree across the nation, 11 states are taking steps to commence ranching as a way to address the age-long violent clashes.
That is not the problem. I told you here, that thing will not work. Esther, even if you give these people a rock to rear their cattle, they will not agree. That is not what they want. I told Tinubu here when they started this cattle, whatever, ranch, it will not work. That's not what they want.
Are you sure? But the states that are ready to commence the ranching are Lagos. Wait, listen, Lagos, Plateau, Ondo, Zamfara, Bauchi, Delta, Niger, Kano, Jigawa, Nasarawa, and Anambra states. They said the development comes against the surge in killings in Benue and Plateau communities linked to armed headers because of the killings of over 200 persons last week. So, Barrister, this ranching has been something that has been touted since the administration of Muhammadu Buhari. But the fear is that when you give these individuals opportunities to ranch, they take over the settlements.
Have I not told you that that's not what they want?
So why?
Listen very well. During Buhari, when they were pretending to gullible Nigeria that they want to solve the problem, Niger State said they should come and all the land, whatever they need, they provide it. It happened. I discussed it. Kano said they should come if they are looking for land. Because that was the first thing they started making noise, that they need land, no place. Kiniko. I said, look at these people, pretenders. Esther, they are, at least Niger State is on the temperate region. It's not in the desert or whatever. So whatever you want to do there, Esther, Niger State is the size of the entire Southwest. Can you just imagine? South, come. Esther, did they listen to them? Did they listen to them? I'm asking you. So if land is their problem, this one that they are offered to them on a platter of gold, Kogi State did the same thing. Kogi State is the size of the entire Southeast. Esther, I hope you are listening to me.
I'm listening to you, sir.
Kogi State is the size of the entire Southeast of 5 states. So what land are you looking for? You cannot find in this place, Esther. Please tell me. Is the Kogi State in the desert? No, tell me. To tell you that these people are pretenders, I can use it to build a new city for Fulanis. So that whether you are a Fulani man from the moon, from the outer space, from wherever, from inner Mongolia, outside Mongolia, if you enter Nigeria, you go there. Since they are your people, you can be comfortable there without any problem. Esther, I made that suggestion here. That Buhari have the opportunity. Since they listen to him, go and do this. You have enough land to rehabilitate these people. Esther, did anybody listen to me? No. Hey. So why do you think that this ranching? What are you talking about? The agenda is temple. Look at what somebody said with his mouth. Only not for what he did. They almost killed the autumn in the same Benue, a governor, elected governor, and they came out to tell you how they did it. Yet no arrest was made. Esther, no arrest. Oh my! Look, look, you see these people, the way they are doing this, they will cause problem, Esther. I'm not joking. Collect their village, collect their farmland, and rename the village. The most annoying thing from Nigeria, at least the security you have told us to, they said that these people are not from Nigeria. So what are you doing? Esther, what are they doing? You can see how Tinubu is going to win 2027, Abi. That you allow people to come into Nigeria and be killing Nigerians, and you want those Nigerians to come and vote for you in 2027. How can that be? Esther, how can that be? With this level of insecurity, Tinubu is still campaigning for 2027. Is it possible? No, tell me, is it possible? These are the things that make other leaders in other countries resign from office. You don't need to be told. You don't resign on your own because you have failed. You have failed. How can you go for
ranching be established in their own home base?
I am telling you.
When you set up a ranching facility, water, the feed stock, everything is provided there by the state government. I'm sorry to say this, I know that everyone has the freedom to move from one location to the other. Must they reside in other cities, in other states?
Esther, look,
do they have to travel across board?
Look, discussing this matter is very annoying on its own.
No, we have to, Barrister Darlington, because tomorrow you hear of another killing. You can hear one of them who came on social media to boast. I'm expecting that the DSS will drill these individuals and not just go and catch innocent Nigerians because the president has given you a timeline. Without proper security, Barrister Darlington, your economy will definitely not thrive. That one is for sure. And not with the external situation going on now with Israel, Iran, the US. Obviously, we know that Nigeria relies heavily on import. We import a lot of things. So if anything happens that there's going to be a constraint in a disbursing of crude oil or having to import crude oil, there's a volatility in the country. So can we actually afford any of this particular misdemeanor? Can we afford it? What is the immediate solution? Imagine you're advising the president. What should be applied to curtail this? This is wrong. This is bad.
When a man does not want your advice, what he's doing is his mind. Tinubu is after 2027.
You cannot say so.
I said
if you don't have a people, if you don't have a people, what's 2027?
It doesn't matter. 2 people can vote him into office. Two people.
It's not possible.
Apparently,
Nigerians to allow that.
Are you serious? Look at what he said in Benin. Does it mean that Tinubu wants to solve this problem?
They kept saying that he doesn't have the political will to resolve this.
Okay. Am I lying?
So the resurgence has become so incessant. According to them, they feel that there are certain elements who are in the opposition or certain persons who are not happy with him who have decided to create this, they call it a facade of insecurity, so that it will seem like the president is incapable of actually resolving insecurity, which would be a major issue for him in terms of accumulating trust for his campaign in 2027. Now, my question is, if the presidency has realized that indeed there are certain persons whom we don't know, but maybe they know, that are actually trying to defame his administration, is this not an opportunity to take decisive action? Call out this, I'm sure with your security intelligence, what is the fear of calling these individuals out? What is the fear of publicly prosecuting them? If there is any inkling that an individual is named as the one who is galvanizing, why not call them out? Why are you afraid? What is the fear?
Esther, you know God works in a wonderful way. Initially in this country, did they not tell you that Nnamdi Kanu is the problem of Nigeria? Insecurity. In fact, if any husband and wife are fighting in Sokoto, is Nnamdi Kanu. If 2 farmers are quarreling in Zamfara, is Nnamdi Kanu and the Igbo people. Is that not what they were telling you here? Now, the truth has come out here, they cannot do anything. Esther, what does that tell you? Were you not here when they were everything is IPOB? Everything is IPOB. Is that not true? Even the answers that the youth who came together to challenge police brutality, it was Nnamdi Kanu. Is that not true? Now that these ones have exposed themselves.
So guys, you can see that the fact that they are keeping Nnamdi Kanu there is making things worse. Even in the east, in the south, is making things worse. Boko Haram are everywhere attacking people. So guys, we have come to the end of this live section. We're waiting to 18 June. Since James Omotosho said 18 June, I don't even know why he's waiting to 18 June. He should release him now, because it's clear now that Nnamdi Kanu is innocent. So guys, we have come to the end of this live section. Do what to hit that subscribe button, like and share this video. Thank you for watching.